There are a lot of factors to consider when deciding whether or not to grow facial hair. For some men, it can be a great way to express themselves and feel more confident. Others may find that facial hair is more of a nuisance than anything else. And still, others may feel like they can't really rock a beard or mustache. In this post, we will look at some of the pros and cons of facial hair to help you make a decision about whether or not to grow it out. Is facial hair still in style? Facial hair has been in and out of style throughout history. In the 18th and 19th centuries, facial hair was quite popular among men of all classes. In the early 20th century, facial hair fell out of fashion for a few decades, only to make a comeback in the 1960s and 1970s. These days, facial hair is once again becoming popular. Beards and mustaches are appearing on men of all ages, professions, and lifestyles. Do you have a full beard to grow? Not every guy that wants to grow facial hair can do it. Some men have patchy facial hair that never really comes in fully. Others may be able to grow a beard, but it's not very thick. If you're thinking about growing facial hair, you should first assess whether or not you have the ability. As it starts to come in, pay attention to how thick and full it is. If it's patchy or thin, you may not want to bother. If you do have a patchy beard, you can always a partial beard or goatee. What's your reason for growing facial hair? Before you make the decision to grow facial hair, it's important to ask yourself why you want to do it. Are you trying to look more masculine? Are you hoping to attract more women? Are you trying to make a statement or look more unique? There's no right or wrong answer here. Ultimately, you should do what makes you feel good about yourself. That said, it's worth considering how facial hair will impact your life. If you're in a profession that requires a clean-cut look, growing facial hair may not be the best idea. Will facial hair hurt your career? In some professions, facial hair is simply not allowed. If you work in a job that has strict appearance guidelines, growing facial hair is probably not going to be an option. Even if facial hair is allowed in your profession, it could still have an impact on your career. Some employers may view facial hair as unprofessional. If you're trying to advance in your career, facial hair could hold you back. Imagine if you're up for a promotion and your boss has to choose between you and another candidate. All things being equal, the candidate with facial hair may be less likely to get the job. Of course, this is not always the case. There are plenty of successful men with facial hair. Also, if you allow your facial hair to grow to an extreme, it may be more likely to hurt your career than help it. How will facial hair impact your social life? Facial hair can also have an impact on your social life. If you're single, facial hair could help you attract more women. A study published in the journal Personality and Social Psychology found that men with facial hair are seen as more attractive, masculine, and dominant. Of course, facial hair is not for everyone. Some women prefer clean-shaven men. And some men simply don't feel comfortable with facial hair. What type of guy are you? The type of facial hair you should grow also depends on the kind of guy you are. If you're a laid-back, easygoing guy, facial hair is probably not going to make much a difference. You can pretty much rock any style, from a beard to a mustache to a goatee. On the other hand, if you're a more buttoned-up guy, facial hair may not be the best look. A beard or mustache could make you look too casual and relaxed. In this case, a goatee or even a neatly trimmed mustache may be a better option. How to grow and care for your facial hair. If you've decided to grow facial hair, there are a few things you need to do to ensure it comes in properly and looks its best. Eat a healthy diet. A healthy diet is important for overall health, but it's also essential for facial hair growth. Make sure you're eating plenty of protein, healthy fats, and vitamins and minerals. Exercise regularly. Exercise promotes circulation and helps to deliver nutrients to your hair follicles. Avoid stress. Stress can impact hormone levels and impede hair growth. Get enough sleep. Sleep is essential for overall health and can also help promote facial hair growth. Wash your face. Keeping your face clean is important for facial hair growth. Use a mild facial cleanser and avoid harsh scrubbing. Don't overdo it. When you first start growing facial hair, it's important to resist the urge to groom it too much. Let it grow out for a few weeks before you start shaping it. Do you want to deal with the upkeep? Another thing to consider before growing facial hair is whether you're willing to put in the time and effort to take care of it. Facial hair requires regular maintenance and care. You'll need to shampoo and condition your facial hair, use beard oil or balm to keep it healthy, and trim and shape it on a regular basis. You should apply balm or oil after you shower, while your facial hair is still damp. Use a comb to evenly distribute the product. Beard balm or oil will help to keep your facial hair soft, hydrated, and healthy. It will also make it easier to style. If you decide to grow a mustache, you'll need to invest in a good mustache wax. Apply the wax to your facial hair while it's still damp, using a comb to evenly distribute it. Trimming and shaping your facial hair is also important. You'll need to invest in a good quality trimmer and scissors. Trim your facial hair every few days to keep it looking neat and tidy. Every few weeks, you should also shape your facial hair. Decide on the style you want and then use the trimmer and scissors to achieve the look. Can facial hair become a nuisance? Facial hair can be a great asset, but it can also be a nuisance. It's important to consider how facial hair will impact your daily life before you make the decision to grow it out. For instance, facial hair can interfere with eating and drinking. If you have a mustache, it can get in the way of your food. And, if you have a beard, it can soak up spills and make it difficult to stay clean and presentable. Sometimes hair under your nose can also cause irritation. Facial hair can also interfere with kissing and intimate relations. If you have a beard, your partner may not enjoy the sensation of facial hair rubbing against their skin. And, if you have a mustache, it can get in the way of your partner's mouth. Finally, facial hair can be a nuisance in the workplace. If you have a job that requires you to be well groomed, facial hair may not be allowed. Even if facial hair is allowed, it can be a hassle to keep it neat and tidy. How long should you grow it? How long you grow your facial hair is up to you. If you want to experiment, start with a mustache or goatee and see how you feel. If you're not sure, ask your friends or family for their opinion. Different guys look better with different facial hairstyles. It's also important to remember that facial hair is not permanent. If you don't like the way it looks, you can always shave it off. As you can tell, whether or not you should grow facial hair is a personal decision. Consider how it will impact your daily life and decide if it's right for you.